What's up, metalheads? Today we are going to be reviewing Swamp Fox. I was recently at Myrtle Beach. I went to the Family Kingdom, and I rode the Swamp Fox roller coaster. It is a fun roller coaster filled with airtime, turns, and laterals. So before we do anything, we're going to jump into the stats. This has a height of 75 feet, speeds of 50 miles an hour, and a drop of 65 feet. Considering that it's a classic wooden roller coaster, I would say that that's some pretty good stats there. It's better than Phoenix at Knoebels, just saying. But anyway, as we get to the theme of the ride doesn't really have any theming overall. You know, it's themed to the Swamp Fox, a guy there for the Revolutionary War who fought, and you see a little bit of theming, like with the track being red, white, and blue, and the station being red, white, and blue. But other than that, there's not really that much theming to go around. I mean, there's a little, but like you kind of notice a little bit, and it's a classic, so it's themed to something like that. But overall, there's not really any theming to like go about and like cheer for. But anyway, enough of the theming stuff. We're going to get into the ride's layout. This ride is filled with airtime and turns, especially the last turn was like really good. I mean, it had insane laterals. I was getting thrown into my brother. I'm talking literally thrown into him. So the first part of this ride has big airtime hills with long floater and pops of ejector airtime. The second part is focused on low to the ground, sharp pops of ejector airtime and ejector airtime hills, with the last turn being the most craziest turn of the ride, because you get slammed. I mean, these laterals are so strong, it's just so fun. And then the ride's over. Yes, it is a short ride, but it is a fun one. It's kind of rough, and when I say this, I mean that this is a front row ride. You ride in the front row, you will get the smoothest experience, because the back row is pretty rough, especially at the bottom of the first drop. You will feel a big jolt when you're down there, and you will feel jolts around the rest of the ride. I got 3 rides on this: middle, back, and front, all in that order. The middle was during the day, back was during sunset, and the front was a night ride. The front night ride was really fun. The front row, you really feel the speed in this ride. In my opinion, you also get more airtime on this ride in the front row. I know that seems funny considering that you only get airtime in the back row, but the back row was just rough and didn't really have any airtime. I thought the front row was really good. I'd almost go as far as saying the middle was better than the back. But overall, the front was definitely the best part to sit on this ride. Make sure that you ride this ride in the front row, because you will get the most insane airtime on it. And airtime is the most important part. Not to mention, the view from the top of the lift hill is also really pretty. You get a very nice view of the ocean up there, and the water park across the street, and some of the hotels as well. But overall, this ride was a really fun ride. It kind of flew me away. The only problems that I have with it is that it's kind of rough and it's short. I wish that this ride was longer. It's pretty short, and you see what I mean by I ride that. I was kind of like, that was kind of short, you know. But overall, that's kind of all I have to say, so let's add it up and give it the final score. I give Swamp Fox an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I know. But I was even tempted to give it an 8.5, but you can't go into this ride thinking it's the greatest roller coaster in the world. I was pleasantly surprised of how good Swamp Fox was. It was actually like a really fun ride in my opinion. But overall, that caps this review, so see you in the next video, metalheads.